Sao Paulo may not be as famous as Rio de Janeiro, but it's bigger and without a doubt the most important city in Brazil. It's where the country's economic and financial power is concentrated. Nowhere else are great wealth and abject poverty so close. The number of people living in Sao Paulo is now 400 times greater than it was 160 years ago. 11 million live within the city limits, 20 million in all in the metropolitan area. Sao Paulo is a magnet for countless people hoping for work and dreaming of prosperity. The city just continues to grow and grow, and that's what the politicians want. Along with growth come deepening social tensions and divides, with ghettos for the extremely wealthy side by side with ghettos for the extremely poor. A huge number of Paulistanos live in appalling conditions.
For me, Sao Paulo was a choice. The city isn't renowned for its natural beauty, as is, say, Rio de Janeiro. For me, Sao Paulo means facing a set of challenges and trying to understand the complexity of the city.
In Sao Paulo, as in many other cities around the world, certain processes are at play that deserve close attention. Sao Paulo has grown enormously over the past century. 35 times more people live here now than they did 100 years ago. The population has gone from 130,000 to 20 million in just one century. That's 35 times the present population of the capital, Brasilia, the equivalent of adding one Brasilia every 3 years. 1/3 of the people in Sao Paulo don't stand a chance of finding a home on the regular housing market. So favelas spring up in and around the city, without building permits or regard to urban planning or public infrastructure. Homemade homes on squatted land. Mauro is a favela where drug abuse and crime are rampant. Jeff Anderson moved to the slum a few months ago to start his own private project to help people here in Sao Paulo. He wants to change the slum from within. He's named his project BioUrban. First, he set up a small library. Now children and teachers from the local school like to come and visit.
Deus estava muito triste aqui nos desenhos, ó. Uma correndo atrás da outra, porque a outra pegou o porquinho.
A ideia é dar carinho ao espaço.
The idea is to care for public spaces. BioUrban believes small gestures can help shape space. Growing plants, cleaning up, teaching children the importance of fostering life and shaping the world we live in. They wouldn't have this opportunity were it not for BioUrban. Jeff Anderson believes strongly that if people get involved in changing and shaping the world they live in, they develop a deeper relationship to it, feel a sense of connection and responsibility. Nothing used to grow on this street. Until a few weeks ago, there were just piles of rubbish here. The residents were skeptical when Jeff first told them about his plans. He's also been threatened by drug gangs who conduct their business in the anonymity of the favela. Gangs in Sao Paulo mark the boundaries of their territory by hanging shoes on walls or electric cables. To diffuse their symbolic power, he and the children have stuck shoes on the wall as an art project. Jeff says his great role model is the Austrian painter and architect Friedensreich Hundertwasser. His way of combining architecture and nature is inspirational. So Jeff encourages the people here to fill public spaces with color, plants, and cheerful images.
No Brasil, nós vivemos uma problemática.
The problem is that in Brazil, public space is neglected by the people and by the state. That leads to an aesthetic of decay and an aesthetic of fear. The BioUrban project wants to make use of public space and fill it with life and with the individuality of each resident, of every Brazilian, so that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands and continue to go to ruin. Jeff wants to spend 6 months in this neighborhood and then move on to another slum and inspire the people there to tend their little world too. He says it'll be hard to leave the people here, especially the children. Jeff works closely with the local state school and is much appreciated there. It wants to continue what he has begun. That would be a great success for BioUrban, initiating small changes and improvements that ordinary people in the slums will then support and sustain. Lunch with the children is Jeff Anderson's only material reward. Of course, he also enjoys it.
I think this project deserves special attention because it's run by a young man who, without any formal qualifications, has succeeded in the most difficult task, which is to win the trust of the people. He works in a neighborhood where there's a lot of violence, and he works there all alone.